late for class.
So the idea is like we're gonna try to have the be able to create the something on a FreeCAD quick, and then we're gonna try to open the new workbench that the workbench that we use to generate the G-code that we use to run the CNC machine, and then we're gonna generate the code, and hopefully we're gonna go there. We're gonna talk about a few things. Again, you guys are gonna be required. I don't know how many projects you guys are gonna have, but the idea is the same. You're gonna generate the CAD file. You're gonna generate the G code. You're gonna come in and you're gonna run the machine so many times. That's how we set up this class. Is actually do the same exercise 4 times, and hopefully your brain is gonna try to. And every time we need a step-by-step, right? We're gonna try to explain more about the step-by-step, just because people, they're not putting so much effort on the step-by-step. And especially the third one, that's when you know the most. That one is worth 25 points. So if you get 0 out of 25, then your grade goes, So writing the step-by-step is just so you can record on your brain, We're just hammering the information there, so you guys can remember. So let's see. If you guys open FreeCAD on your computer, I want to see if it looks like this. This is the new version that came out.
It did, but I
New version.
yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I got into it.
You have into the old one? Okay. So let's see.
It did look like that when I opened it, but I opened a new file.
Yeah.
It did look like that
Okay, no, that's
when I
fine.
first opened.
Yeah, this one is the 1.0.0. I don't know which
Yeah,
one
that's
is.
what I have. Yeah.
Are you guys on the 0.21.2?
Yeah.
That means you haven't been using FreeCAD for a while.
I used it last week.
Yeah, actually, mine I opened today, and there was a pop-up here, and I clicked. It said open the new FreeCAD, and I click, and then
What if I?
But
Sudo apt upgrade.
yeah, you can try a sudo apt an update and a sudo apt upgrade. The thing's it's gonna update and upgrade more things, so it's gonna take me about 5 minutes. So let's continue here. So I'm gonna create a new file, right? New. This one I'm gonna name whatever, and you guys can do yours too. I'm just gonna save as a, I don't know, CNC class 1. All right. So again, the things that you guys should know, I'm not gonna say anything. So I'm gonna just create a model, right? All right. So that's my thing there. You can see that the navigation is a little different. I don't know. There is a chance that our stuff is all hiding behind the stuff here. So if you open and the icons are not there. So if you open and the icons are not there, most likely it's just hiding, and then you ask me, and then we can just drag. I don't know if you remember from last year. Sometimes there are some little dots here, and then you just grab on that. So I can see this one. There's some little dots there. I can just grab it and move it. See. So sometimes it's like this. And see how everything is hiding there? So you have to grab here and just drag to somewhere where I want it to be. Cool? All right. So now it's a little different. You can see it already has dimensions there. So I'm gonna do 100 by 75. You make I think other CAD softwares are already like this. I think Fusion 360 is like this. So they're just trying to catch up with their competitors. But yours can be a little different, All right, enter. So let's try to start we're gonna sketch on the X and Y. right? And we're gonna try to have the corner here in the origin. And you guys are gonna see why in a little bit. And the constraint now is just that one. That's the constraint for. Oh, I put it on the line. All right, so I'm gonna delete this one. I want right on the origin.
Oh, you have to click the line.
No, I click on the origin. Yeah, so that's what it is. Escape. So right now this is gonna be my stock, right? So I grab all this, so that's what we're gonna be using. Something that I have a bunch of scrap of the same height. We're gonna get this. And this is what we're gonna use for your code, like when you come in into the work. So this one is 0.31 inches. Actually, sorry. Actually, 0.43 inches. Right? So that's what I want you guys to have on this pad. So it's in millimeters there. What do? We can just delete everything and do 0.43 space inches. And then it's gonna do the math for you. Or I could just have measured there in millimeters, right? Or is yours in inches? I don't know, like how yours is set up. But like we're gonna see something. So yours most likely is like this. Okay. Now I'm gonna create something right here on top. Just like anything on top there. And then I'm gonna make it like a 5 millimeters deep. So that's what we want to make. It doesn't have to be very. The only thing that I want you guys to have is the thickness of your block here. This is the only important thing. Why is this important? Because if this is actually less than the thickness of this, you won't cut through. Right? So that's kind of a. Who is having trouble? Who has like how many has
I have the thing.
a model?
That was constrained.
Does anybody have a model?
How do you zoom in and out again?
You said it doesn't matter what this is.
No.
Because I went here to pad it.
I usually do control. And then I just
Oh, yeah, that's it.
This is the problem. Press close. Because your task is done. Now press sketch.
Oh, now I've got that.
How big is the rectangle?
I did 100 by 75
Inches?
millimeters.
It's gone.
Oh, that's why I like it. How thick was your pad?
I think it's 0.43. So the pad is 0.43 inches. And then what I did is actually, like when I entered, I deleted all the information about millimeters there, and I do 0.43 space IN.
Like here.
So that's like 10.92. So we can do 11 millimeters on this one. We can do 11 millimeters on this.
One more time, sorry, what was that?
By 75.
What was your smaller square? Or did it matter?
The one on top doesn't matter.
Okay.
The only thing that I care is actually that it doesn't cut through.
Okay.
So that's kind of like how it's gonna look.
I'm literally cooking right now. 6. Okay.
Who has it?
Something's already
I know I already padded it, but it didn't. It like.
Do you have yours, Aiden?
It's gone.
Yeah.
Janelle?
My pad disappeared.
I'm just working on constraining.
Okay. Don't make it on the side.
Yeah, that's, yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to do
Does it matter how like big that second?
This one?
Yeah.
No.
No, okay. It's just point
What's your
11.
piece, right?
No. This one is the thickness of that guy.
Okay.
This one, I just did 5.
You just find out
And this one, like,
What do you?
I really don't have a preference for it.
Rodrigo, I don't know where my.
Here, wait, go like this. No,
Where?
for somebody. There you go. It's right there. You hit it.
Oh, I hit it. I found it. I hit the body.
You hit the body, so you couldn't see it.
That's not
Alright, I'm gonna try to send the one that I have to you guys.
good. How do you zoom? I literally zoomed out. How did you zoom?
Zoom, yeah.
And I have to take control.
I was going to give you the thing, but then like, I want you guys to see like how the navigation changed a little bit. But I can send to you guys the.
Oh my god.
My internet's slow. Oh, it's on EME engineering.
What else did he do, right?
Yeah, it jumps.
What do I do?
What do you do?
His face?
Sure.
The face.
Okay, sketch.
Yeah.
Put that. Just
Oh, just go.
Okay, now let's sketch.
I wonder if this is too close to the column.
Okay. Unbox.
Does everybody have something there?
Just press good. Now press close.
All right. So then I'm not gonna send to you guys then.
This one.
Yes.
The pocket.
All right. So now it's there and it's saved. So like now we're gonna change. So far we never actually moved from that workbench, right? When you go to Sketcher, we don't go through this navigation panel. But now we're gonna go here. So we're gonna go to Cam.
You have to get out of here.
As soon as you click Cam,
I know.
it should pop up like a message.
You have to close it. Then now pocket.
It's gonna say change your units. The router doesn't like it. Did it say something?
No.
So you can come here and click on this corner, and we're gonna go to matrix small part CNC.
How big is this? Did you make this specifically?
No, I just made a box.
For your pocket there, did you make it a specific?
No.
Just whatever.
It's right there.
Alright.
Yeah, I just don't want it to cut all the way through.
Yeah, it's right there. Let me see it.
Okay, so how far you did 5 millimeters down?
Deep, yeah.
5 millimeters deep. Mine is 5 millimeters. Bang.
Yeah, because like that's what they keep like as standard. Good. Everybody click on that one. All right.
Cam?
So yeah,
Jam.
Cam is gonna be here, and we're gonna switch here onto like a CNC small parts.
CNC.
All right. So now we have to create a job. So job is gonna be this button here,
Job.
and it's gonna say you only have one solid there. So like that, this is the one that are talking about, and say okay.
Oh no.
So right now, it already gave you an origin for your thing. what it does is, we can actually keep the origin right there, see? But then we're always gonna have to reference from the bottom. So like if we say, where are we gonna start cutting? We're gonna have to start cutting 0 plus 11 millimeters plus, you know. So usually it's easier for us if this origin was here. So the way that this guy works is it's not that I can move it, but it's not that it moves the whole thing. It actually kind of creates a copy of your old one, and then it creates a new model. So, but like you're gonna see that. So like what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna come and work on this panel on the side here. So I'm gonna push this here. So on this panel, I'm gonna go to Z and I'm gonna do 0 on top and 0 on the bottom. What does that mean? 0 on top and 0 on the bottom. That means I'm gonna have my plate here where I'm gonna cut that from, right? So this is the total, this is this. If I say that I have some Z on top, it's actually gonna try to cut that top. Let's say I don't want this to be rough. So it would actually take a pass on top to actually smooth it first, right? Then you'd have stock on top. But for us, we're not gonna have stock on top. It's already gonna be our piece, right? So that's why we do 0 on top and 0 on the bottom. And we can't cut the bottom, so we're gonna do 0 on top and 0 on the bottom. And this boundaries here, see like this boundary here? That's the stock. That means I have material around it that I wanna cut. So if I increase my numbers here on X, look at what it does. That means like I have more stock here. But what if I make this like a 30? It's gonna try to eat all 30, and we don't have to eat all 30. Like what we wanna do is actually just to do like a profile, just to pop out, right? So that's all we're gonna do, one there. Good? So now we're gonna go down, we're gonna click on link, stock, and model. Stock is actually this, the thing outside. And model is actually our old model. Because they're gonna be two different things. I'm gonna do a Control B so I can zoom in here on this corner. I'm gonna click right there on the corner. And I'm gonna do X equals to 0, Y equals to 0, and Z equals to 0. I'm gonna take a minute to go around and help you guys on.
Control B.
Where are you?
I just scrolled over.
Yeah, but I when I click it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, that's fine. So that just double click on job. Or actually, I can click on the arrow there. It's correct. It was down here. Like I grabbed with a little hand.
Yeah, it's just like.
Yeah, that's right. So now like you're gonna scroll down. Yeah. So link, stock, and model. Now we're gonna have to zoom in on that corner there and click on the top right there.
This one?
Wait, like it has to actually highlight it right there. And then we're gonna do 0, 0, 0.
Is that right, Matthew?
Right? Very good.
For Chisholm's having a meltdown.
Cliff, you can help, Brett.
Yeah.
Is this right, I think?
Okay.
Yeah. Janelle?
So go, did you press that word?
You gotta zoom in on
Wait,
my-
just scroll down.
The little-
No. That dot.
Yeah.
Scroll down.
So this being recorded, so like you guys can just follow it in.
Set
in case, like,
Why zero? Just go to the side.
Thanks.
It didn't move.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
okay.
Yep.
So, so like actually you have to start with a body. Yeah, otherwise otherwise you don't have a body.
You cut, bro.
Oh my god.
Because you are. When was the last time you were cut?
Hey, Paul. Hey, Rap, no answer.
Yeah, come on, man. That's a good looking man right there.
No answer, that's crazy. Did he answer you?
No.
You didn't answer any of them.
Are we even friends, bro?
Brett, when your friends text you, you answer.
Yeah, Brett.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
what
like
it is.
still family. I just will retext like within a minute.
My friends figured out that it's not, it's like this, you just move it up and down.
What'd you say?
Like it's not this way, it's up and down.
One's up and down too. That's the puberty, bro.
The man from Waco. Where's the music this morning? Where's your, oh my god.
It's because this has the taxes thing.
Yeah.
It's on this one instead of this one.
She's cooked.
You just leave.
Just do some
I need 2 songs.
Alright, so like
But it's over there.
Shit, we did not hit, bro.
So then,
Let me see it.
twist it. Just twist it around.
Let me see. What are you trying to figure out?
Because I did it on the wrong
Well,
one.
that's fine, just move it around. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I should have known with all this.
It's one.
Yeah, that's very good. Right. Cat's kind of fun. Which isn't good because, I mean, last year we did cat and dog. You remember?
Yeah.
I was like, I need it. Need it now.
I got it.
I'm so confused on what.
What?
Question. Oh, Pillion says we need to download this data. From
And if your name's Carter, should we get that code ahead? Or you just do
Because you already know how to do it.
No. I don't know how to do it. 18, I'm
I think you made your thing upside down.
Which is so fair because
Wait a second. It's not like. How do I zoom in?
you have control and you want to
How do I move? How do I move?
move how
Oh,
you
shit.
want that.
I click with my right click and move.
You
No.
drag.
You just click and then hold it and then drag.
It doesn't work.
Bullshit.
Oh, can you do it? I just moved it.
Yeah, that's how you just, because it zooms in on one of your mouse.
And one day.
Yeah, you.
Don't say.
Wait a second. I don't even know where you should be. I don't even know where your thing should be.
The man from Waco.
Okay, so that's where it should be, so. That's where it should be, so maybe up there. Oops, I'm missing. Look, now you got 3D vision.
alright, so I hope everybody's at the same step.
No.
So, as I said, like your old solid and the new model, they're different things, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do okay.
Something messed up.
So that's what I have, right?
Into the right corner. And
I'm gonna
the
come
entire-
click on my pocket there, and I'm gonna erase it. And then you come here on the model body, and we're gonna turn on. See? I don't know if yours is already on or.
Mine's not.
Yeah. So if we work with this, see how they look. See how they look the same, but where is the body? The body is somewhere. When we actually told it to actually change the origin, it actually creates a different model in a different position, right? So we want to always look at the body. So we're gonna go body, and we're gonna turn off the pocket.
Turn off the pocket.
Good. All right. Let's move faster. So I hope everybody's here. So
I'm ready.
now we gotta create our tools, like the tool that we're gonna use to cut. So we're gonna click on these 3 drill bits here, and we should have like a panel popping up on the right.
Working not set up.
Yeah. So
Do that.
yours is gonna say your working directory is not set up. Do you want to set up? And you say yes. And it's gonna say, do you want to copy or do you want to create like a this and this and this in your working direction? And say yes.
Choose a writable location for your tool.
So
is that
we're gonna try to create a location for it. So you're gonna go under your name, right? I don't know if you're still under student or
student.
if it's your own name. You can create another folder called FreeCad, and then in there you can create another one called tools. Not all. Tools.
I think open the
And then you create it in there. And then that's. So do you know how to do that? So like so up here there's gonna you're gonna navigate to home student, and then there's gonna be a button that's gonna be like a little folder like this with a plus sign.
Copy example.
That's yeah. You can do yes, 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 yes.
All right.
I think I did it.
Yeah, I think I'm.
Everybody got it? Because this is the most complex step of it. That's right.
It's getting the final.
But there's a problem. So if you go here on your terminal, and where did you create the file? So was it like under so like CD,
Yeah, FreeCad, CD2.
FreeCad, tools?
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Yeah, so mine is actually straight up on FreeCAD. So there's bit, library, and shape, right?
Yes.
So let's go into one of them.
Bit. Oh, there's different tools.
Is it empty or there's stuff in there?
No,
There's
we
stuff.
see stuff and mill.
Okay, so like I tried to go into. Do you see stuff in there in shape?
No, there's nothing in shape.
Yeah, that's the problem. So you can open another terminal, and you're gonna navigate to this CD/FreeCAD/908/user/mod/path/tools. So that's where we navigate. So if we go there, so now there is stuff in all of them. So what I want to do is my stuff here was on a, oops. My stuff here was inside of a Tilda. You can see there, but it was in my home
I don't have a 9.
FreeCAD. This is where my stuff is. You know, the bit, shape, it's where my stuff is. That's why I put, like, yours is gonna be a little different. I don't know where you put yours. Right? So what I wanna do is, I wanna come into this one.
I need to stay ahead of game.
Man, like why this thing's dark blue?
Okay, I can look at it.
I really don't have a 908.
Oh, guess what?
Rodrigo, I don't have a 908.
Hmm?
Did you spell the one before wrong?
Like,
There's
this
no
is what's in
FreeCAD?
my FreeCAD. Yeah, there's no 908 in there. Unless you can-
Correct. All right. So for the new, like
Thank you.
your new one might be in a different spot. So like his was under CD, Snap, FreeCAD, and then was current, and then user, mod, cam,
and then tool.
and then tools. Just for like the ones that are watching in 2035. How this is done. All right. So, all right. Good? Everybody there? So what do I want to do? I want to copy all recursively, so -R, everything to where? To the other place. Mine was under what, like a dash? Oops. It was tilde F FreeCAD. Mine is FreeCAD. Yours might be a little different. I don't know where you put yours. So what is this gonna do? Is it gonna copy everything that's in here and inside of the folders? That's why I have the recursive there. So it's gonna copy the folders and what's inside of the folders to that location. And what do I have in that location? I have my bit, shape, tools. Good? So now if you go into your shape folder that you had before, there should be stuff in there. Got it, right?
Yeah.
Cliff?
You go on the.
Aiden?
Yes.
Yes.
Like this.
There's already like tools on like the
Yes.
sidebar.
FreeCAD tools.
Okay.
Is that like
No, but like we need the shape files.
the shape? The shape files and bit
Oh, I
like
guess.
now for me.
Yeah, good? Everybody good? We need to move faster. We need to move faster. Talk to me.
We're good.
Otherwise, we're not going to be able to get there. All right. So now I have stuff here. So we're going to go back into, that's why I said like that's the most complicated part of it.
Alright, let's book
So now I'm gonna click here on this library edit, like most likely yours is like this, right? Default. So I'm gonna click on this pencil, and then you can create different libraries and save your own stuff. You know, let's say you have special tools for working manufacturing, special tools for, then you just create your own libraries just so you don't have 1,000 of them. And that one specific use doesn't use all of them. So then you could just like import and have like some specific libraries. So like or you can just put them all in the default. It's like and you're just gonna have more things here, right? If you want to create a new library, you can just click here on this add new tool table, and then you're gonna say save a new tool table, and that's what I did here with this ones. That's why there are 2 more here. I can delete it. I don't know how to delete it. But let's go. So right now I want to create a new tool bit. So right now it's gonna select the tool shape. There are only so many shapes of cutting tools, and this is what we're copying right now. Not the specific tool, but the shape of the tool. So how does an end mill look like? The end mill is the one that you guys use in the using the vertical mill. What's the shape? If you look from the side, you have the shank, right? That's what goes on the collet, right? And then this is square, right? It's a square end mill. So this one shape. What other shape could this have? You could have a shank, and it could be a ball nose. Or it could be a drill bit. So there are different shapes. We're not talking about what's any of the dimensions of it, just the shape, right? So that's what we're going to select right now. So where were your shapes? Mine was in home, FreeCAD, shape. And you can see that those files, they're very small, 13 kilobytes. It only has specifications of shape, not specifications of any of the dimensions of it, right? We're going to be using an end mill, so we're going to create another end mill. So we're going to click on end mill and do select. Now it's what's the tool that you want to save? What's the name? We're going to create a 1/4 inch end mill. And I would rather you guys to put the extension there. So that's FCTV. So that's what I'm going to write there. So I'm going to save. And hopefully it showed up as the 10th tool. Everybody there? So now I can click on this end mill, and that should happen. Good? No? Yes?
Yes.
Because there's a chance that we can get an error on this step. If it works, it's good. So now, some of the things, it doesn't matter for us. What's the cutting height? Does it matter for us? Not right now, but later on we might want to think about it. When is this going to have an impact on what we're doing? If your thing is thicker than the cutting thing, right? What happens then? If your shank is actually bigger than your end mill, then now this thing is going to hit. If it's the same, then it might not be a problem, right? Because now the next thing that's gonna hit is actually the collet. So you just have to make sure that you don't hit the collet. But anyway, so like here, there, but the only thing that for us we care right now is the diameter. So we're gonna use a 1/4 inch. So again, to use a 1/4 inch, I'm gonna do 0.25 space IN. Okay. If I double click there again, it filled up with 6.35. Or you can just put 6.35 now that we know.
Computers.
Right? Good? Everybody there? All right. Okay. Now that's created, let's close. See, that's the 10th tool there. I want you guys to go back to the job, tools. Now you're gonna add that tool that you just created. Mine is that one. That's the one that I just created. And I'm gonna open. So now there's gonna be 2 tools on my toolbox there. Everybody good? So I don't care about this one. It's not the one that we created, so I'm gonna remove it. Otherwise, every time you're gonna have to select in between all the tools when you're creating the operations. Why do we have many tools here? Because like what if one cut from your piece you want to do with a ball nose, the other cut you want to do with an end mill, the other cut you want to drill with a drill bit, you know? Then the way that the CNC works, actually it's going to take a cut and actually it's going to come back to the corner so you can replace it with a new one, and then you come and then you keep doing the work, right? So I just left that one in there. Now I can do OK. Good stuff. So now it's when we start creating our operations. So now I'm going to create on the pocket, the bottom of the pocket there. See, it's highlighted. I'm going to click on it. It's going to go green. So why do I do the pocket first and not the profile first? Why do I just go where it doesn't cut through before cutting the whole thing through?
Because you don't want it to be within your cutter.
Because otherwise everything's gonna pop out before you can do the center. So usually the profile is gonna be the last thing. And another difference between the profile and the pocket is that, like, for example, what if this guy cut all the way through instead of just being like that? This was a hole all going all the way through. Could I use the pocket? Yeah. You would just like to make a pocket. Pocket means it's gonna just eat all the material from in here. It's gonna go like this. But if I'm going all the way through, I don't care if it's gonna eat everything. I could just do this. And then that thing from the middle is gonna pop out. And for me, it's the same. I just save time, you know, from actually cutting. But anyway. Now for us, that one doesn't cut all the way through, so that's a pocket. So we're gonna click on the second one, pocket shape. Now we're gonna go through all these menus here. Base geometry. Then is whatever geometry you actually selected before. If you selected more than one and you know which one you don't want, then you can just come here and erase the stuff. But that's the one that we selected. Extensions, we're not gonna change anything there. Depth. So start depth. Remember that we put the origin right here? Right in the corner. So that means 0 height is right there. What if I put my origin on the bottom? then now we would have to account for this. But for us, luckily, we were smart enough to put the origin on top. So then, where do I want to start cutting? I don't want to start cutting at 0. I want to start cutting to hover on the first one, right? So I'm going to come in on this blue thing here. And then I'm not going to erase what's written there. I could erase, but like what's written there is actually, it's already a variable that he knows what it is. So I'm going to do +1 millimeter. So it's going to start cutting 1 millimeter above my stock. So it's going to take a pass that's actually not touching, right? Final depth is actually in the total depth there. Actually, the 5 millimeters, right? That's the bottom of the pocket there. And the step down means after taking a pass, how much do you want to go down to take the next pass? I don't want it to be 6 millimeters. See, usually it does tool diameter. It goes down by 1 tool diameter every time. So let's do less than that. So what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to divide that by 2. So that's going to be 3.17 on mine. But we could do like a, just erase everything and write 2 millimeters, 3 millimeters. Finish step down. Imagine like you're taking a lot of material, and then but you want a very smooth surface on the bottom. Then you can say, you know, the last one I want a just 1 millimeter step. So then that's where you would tell the computer what's the final step down. But like we don't want to worry about it. Heights. So we have clearance height and safe height. That means when my tool is actually traveling before cutting or in between processes, how far up do I want to take my tool before I go down again? Why does that matter?
This is pumps.
No, because like this guy here, I'm gonna have to hold this on the table, right? So to hold, sometimes you have like some things going on the side. That's pretty much a screw that's actually sticking up like this. So sometimes you wanna go up like far enough so you don't hit anything as you travel, right? So for us, it's actually not gonna be a big deal, but like just so we can practice, we're gonna just add 20 millimeters here on this. That's like a 2 centimeters above the thing. And I'm gonna do the same here. Yeah. I just added like a plus 20 millimeters to each of the functions there. Good? Now it's the operation itself. There's no coolant, so coolant mode 0, cut mode climb. I don't know if Dr. Haddad told you guys about the difference between like about directions of cut. But imagine that like if you look your end mill from the front, your end mill is kind of like this, right? It has like a cutting edges.
Looks like a mini.
So so this guy is rotating that direction, right? It's different if I rotate in that direction, but I go from here to there. See how it's actually grabbing and it's taking material and throwing me back, compared to if I go in that direction. That's actually, I'm grabbing material and throwing in the front. It's different. So that's the difference between climb and a conventional. All right, so let's not change anything now. So there's zigzag, 45 degrees, step over 100%. And what we're gonna do is apply. So now there's gonna be something here, something new. Everybody got that?
No. I
Should
got
get a
a
warning. Me too.
I
Got a what?
Edge Walker has no edges.
You got an error?
Yeah, I clicked out of it.
Everybody got the same error?
This one good. This one good. Okay.
Yeah, you can press OK.
What you got? Edge Walker has no edges?
Edge Walker has no edges.
My numbers were also different for yours for some reason.
Yeah, mine would too.
Like my,
Maybe you, so like, let's go back. I'm gonna cancel this. I wanna see where your origin is. So origin is there.
Yeah, that's mine.
So we start depth. I want to start at 1. Right? 1 millimeter above the thing.
Let's go.
Final depth, we want it 5. Always forget about it.
Click here.
That's fine. So let's change just the step down. Let's do 2. Alright. Yeah, let's, like, did you change, let's do change heights. Yeah, let's change that. So let's do like a 25 millimeters there. 25 millimeters there. Yeah. And then that's 100%.
Just change that back.
Hmm?
It has the scroll on us, so we can.
Oh.
Edge Walker has no edges.
Yeah, we can try to work on this later.
Yeah.
Did yours give an error again?
Yeah, mine had the same.
Did you guys get an error? Or it worked? Okay, so those who got the error, like you guys can come back like in the spring. No. So okay. So we do okay, and now there's an operation there. So now we're gonna click on this. It looks like a microscope there. Is the CAM simulator. Click on the simulator. Now it's gonna show the stock in dark and my tool. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reduce the speed of this thing, just because otherwise it's just gonna be very fast and we're not gonna see what's happening. So I can click here on my play, and it's gonna do exactly what it was planning to do on the, and whatever is the brown thing that's left, it's actually gonna be left behind. So that's the zigzag pattern that we chose. Is that a good pattern for this one? Not really, right? Because there's a lot of material that I don't want there. So now, don't hit OK. You're gonna hit cancel. I'm gonna hit OK just so you guys see what happens when I hit OK. So when you hit OK, you save the simulation, which is the black thing. Now it's gonna be on your way. It's gonna be blocked in your view from the rest. So what you want to do, if you click it OK, like you weren't listening, you were just doing. You're gonna click on cut material, and then you're gonna go delete, and then now you're saved.
You are saved.
All right, so I can go back into operations, double click my pocket shape, and now I'm gonna change from zigzag to zigzag offset. And then if I apply, let's see if I can zoom in a little bit here. If I apply, it changed a little bit.
Oh.
Did you see that it added this extra line around it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's see. Let's do OK. I'm gonna go on the cam simulator. I'm gonna reduce the speed so I can see. I'm gonna play.
2 data speeds. Let's work it. Wait for it. There you go.
So what it does is
Computer's still
it does the zigzag, and at the end it does the offset. So there are other things that you can change and see how it will change. So like I can change, what does overlap mean? What's the step over mean? That means like if I take a pass here and I take this material, how much do I want to overlap between this one and the other one? Because if I don't overlap anything, let's say I say there's no overlap at all. Sometimes you might actually just leave a little piece there. How come? So imagine like you have some sand, and you put your finger in the sand, and then you push this, and then you try to draw a line. You are kind of like making a hole, but some of the material, instead of actually being cut, is just being pushed. So usually if you try not to have any overlap, there is a chance that there's gonna be like a thin line there of material, you know. So you might wanna change that, like depending on what you're cutting. All right, so let's do OK. We're happy with it. So now we're gonna do the second process. We're gonna do a profile. Oh, sorry, cancel. Actually, I want to click on the surface first. What I want to cut. This one I can do 2 ways. I can click on top, or I can just click on all 4 sides. Right? So I can click on top and do profile, or I can click here, there. There, I'm holding control when I click. There. So I click it on all 4 sides. And then I can do profile. And if you go to base geometry, there are going to be 4 faces there, right? I click on 4 things. What's the difference? The difference is going to be how it's going to populate the heights for you. This one, if I click on the sides, it knows where is the top, it knows where is the bottom. If I click on the top face, it doesn't know where the bottom is, so you have to manually input it there. Cliff? Good? Right? Depths? See? if I click it on the sides, it's gonna start at 0 and it's gonna finish at -11. So again, I'm gonna start at +1 millimeter. Step down. I'm gonna do like a 3 there. So this is pretty much the same as the other one. Heights. I'm gonna add 20 millimeters to the heights. All right. Operation. Cut side. What does cut side mean? Let's try to. What does cut side mean? I click it on all 4 sides. What happens if I leave the inside? It's gonna look at the surface and it's gonna cut on the inside of it. Is that what I want? No, I want it on the outside, right? So you want to change that. Did everybody click on top instead of clicking on 4 sides? Did you click on top? Did you click here to start the profile or no? Did you click on all 4 sides? Okay. If you click on top, it knows that this is what I want to cut. So then it's going to automatically do the. So that's what we have to know, like because it changes depending on what you choose. All right. If we apply, now there's a second process there. See, the green lines, and the red is actually the travel that's going to use the clearest speed, the height. Remember that we added like a 20 millimeters to each of the clearance heights, clearance and travel. So that's the red. Okay, I can click OK. I can go to my CAM simulator. I can simulate both of them, or I can just, I just want to look at my profile now because I know that the other one was good. Good? Last couple things. I want to cancel, right? I don't want to click OK. On your tools, you have your end mill there, right? We only left our 1/4" end mill there. I have to tell how fast I want it to move horizontally. That's my feed, right? It's how fast I feed it around. Let's do 600. V is how fast I want to move vertically. So let's do 600. Spindle is, what's the RPMs of my spindle? How are we going to rotate it? 8,000. Okay. So sometimes people forget to change that, so then like your thing doesn't do anything when you put on that. Last but not least, I want to go into output. I want to change this processor to Centroid. And I want to create my output file name. Let's see. I'm going to do CNC, and then you can do like a Aiden. Spelled correctly.
Exactly. That's good.
All right, .nc. .nc. Again, .nc. Don't put a long name. If you put like a EME298, like the screen is like this big. So it's gonna do like a EME and then a tilde, and then you don't know which one is yours, which one is his. Like there's like a 150 files there from since we bought the machine. Good? Alright, I'm gonna do OK. Now I'm gonna click on my job. And I'm gonna click on this post process here. And there's your code. So that's the G code that it generated based on everything that we did. The G code means it's gonna say move your motors like this, move at this speed, move this pin at this speed, like that. So each of these codes refers to like a different command that the machine already knows what it is. So as I said, like this is a G code. So if you get the G code that we put on the 3D printer, it looks exactly the same. It has all the same commands. The only difference between the 3D printer and the CNC is one puts material down, this one removes material. But the machine itself, the concept is the same. Good? So now I can close this. I should do okay. I'll try again.
So would you have to do anything different to put that on the 3D printer? Or you can just...
No, this is only for the CNC.
Right.
For the 3D printer, that's what the slicer does.
Mm.
The slicer takes the CAD file and converts and spits out the G code.
Okay.
This is actually the CAM software does that for you. That's weird. Like it should have a. Let's see. On my job, output, CNC router.nc. Okay. Why is it trying to tell me something? Okay. Huh. I want to look at my show desktop. Huh. Technically, it should actually have written that file that we put the name there. But mine didn't do it. So what I'm going to do here is actually I'm going to just like select that same one. So it was like a CNC raw.nc. So that was my Why are you doing this? Oh, okay. I know why. I wasn't smart enough. So actually, it has come on. Okay, so don't put the name of the thing there. Click on those like 3 dots on the side. That's what I mistake. See these 3 dots here? You're gonna click on that one, and then I can go into my desktop, and then I can create the CNC raw.nc. So then it's gonna populate the whole like output file. If you just put just the name without the rest, it's gonna say what? You can write in the root. Because now you're trying to write right on the root. So you're gonna click there on the 3 dots, and then don't have much time. So okay, now I'm gonna click on my job, post process. Now if I do okay, why are you doing this to me? My output's there. I wanna see if there's anything on that file. See? You wrote like all the commands of actually moving.